From an image perspective, the F-Type is the most important car Jaguar's built in the last 50 years. From a driver's perspective, it's probably the most important car they've done ever. That's why they flew me to Seattle, fed me meat, put me on a seaplane, gave us a safety meeting, and handed me the keys to a 495 horsepower supercharged laughter generator called the F-Type V8S. But they also gave me 270 miles to drive and just half a day to do it. So that means one thing. We gotta review this wicked roadster in just one take. Outside Seattle and the 2014 Jaguar F-Type V8S. Yes. What that means is this is the fastest Jaguar you can buy. 495 horsepower, two-seat roadster, all new architecture, all new chassis. Oh, they are going for it with this car. They're going right after the Porsche 911. Trying to undercut the price a little bit while giving you a little more of a visceral experience than the 911. It's hard to get someone out of a 911. If that's what they're into, that's what they're going to be into. What they're going for is someone who's looking at a 911 who's never owned one before and wants something a little bit different. Jaguar's always been a little bit different. It's always been kind of the outcast choice, the individual thinker's choice. People who buy 911s, a little bit cookie cutter, I'll be honest. Because the 911, for all of its engineering prowess, is a little bit of a cookie cutter car. It's very German. It's very straight-faced, very serious. No one really seems to have any fun when they're designing the 911, whereas they told us about all the arguments they had over this car, which way to get certain design elements to go. It's a very design-forward car. It's all about the design, and how could it not be when the spiritual precursor to this car is a car that Enzo Ferrari said was the most beautiful car ever made. But listen to that. Oh, it cracks and pops. It's wonderful. That blown 5-liter V8 certainly does make one of the nicest sounds in all of the automotive world. In fact, it's even better. I'll slow down here. I'll go down way too many gears in this 8-speed gearbox, which is too many. I want you to hear just what happens. We're just going to cruise in first gear. Look, so I'm going to cruise here slow, and then I'll get out of it. Come on. Pop for me, you bastard. Imagine here's we're just gonna go down Rodeo Drive. Oh, hi, honey. Look, there's the Chanel store. Oh, look, there's Fendi. We should slow down here. And your wife's going, no, honey, we should keep going. And you go, yes, we should. Sometimes you want to look at this car objectively in terms of numbers and facts. And if you're looking at it in terms of numbers and facts, the 911 is a better car. It's faster, it handles better, it'll do better laps around a track, you'll probably get more respect from somebody, but that's not what I want. Because to me, a 911 is the obvious decision, the boring decision. Not so here. While you're at the track with the 911, I'll be at your house, your wife. Let's talk about the real stuff for a minute. ZF 8-speed gearbox. They're putting this thing in everything, so buy some ZF stock. It's in the Range Rover, it's in the S-Class Mercedes, it's in Lexuses, it's in everything. And they've done a good job of hiding its torque converterness. It shifts down quickly, it rev matches. When you shift up, it's really on the upshift almost as fast as a dual clutch, or close enough that it doesn't matter. Inside here, it's brilliant. Very fighter cockpit-like. Everything is angled towards the driver. They call it a 1+1, meaning whoever's over there is totally along for the ride, has no control over anything, and is more or less inconsequential and or just there to provide you with along the way. There is so much to like in here. What's cool about it is when you press this bronze start button, everything sort of comes to life. The gauges do a dance, this cascade of light comes down the center stack, the vents pop out. It all like wakes up and goes, hello, where would you like to whip today? All the interactions, all the interfaces are really good. The steering wheel's great, it reminds me of Audi's, nice and thick, everything kind of falls right to hand. Big 15-inch Brembo brakes, 6-piston, 14.8-inch rear brakes. These are massive brakes. Let's find out how well they work. They're good. It's also got launch control. Let's see how well that works. There's nobody behind us. Traction should probably be off, right? Yeah. Let's launch this bitch. Oh, yes. That was 4.2 seconds, I'd say. Not a bad run for the old girl. Now the F-Type starts at about 70 grand. That's for the base V6. You don't want that. Why would you want that? Why would you want a car that looks like this and has no balls? That's no fun. Then you can spend 81 grand, move up to the other V6, supercharged, 380 horsepower. You don't want that either. Because with some options, with the options you want, that car is going to be 100 grand. And it's essentially going to be as fast as a $50,000 Audi S4. That is not good. What you want is the $103,000 V8 F-Type S. That's the one to have. Because if you want a sports car, you want a certain level of crazy. And the V6s aren't crazy. This is crazy. That's what's good about Jaguars. They're raw, they're visceral, and they're a little bit nuts. It's all about that motor, this sexy body, and the sexy body you're going to have in that passenger seat when you roll up to the club in a V8 F-Type S. Downshifting all the way. But I can't believe they actually sell this car to the public when it makes noises, you know, where I want to, the first gear is the best noise. It's amazing. Usually the faster you go, the better the noise will hear. First gear. Wind it out to 6 grand, and then just come off. It's like the 4th of July back there. The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night. Can we get the William Tell overture going here? Because that would be appropriate, wouldn't it? And then you put your foot in it, and it just pulls all the way up to the 186 mile an hour top speed. To me, it's always been important that a car feels fast more so than it actually goes fast. So do I care that a 911 is faster than this around a racetrack? No, I do not. This car offers me a visceral experience that, honestly, leaps and bounds beyond a 911. Unless you're talking about GT3s and turbos and stuff. But Carrera versus F-Type, Jaguar will have my money.